Hello, KP Games here, and it's been a while since I've done one of these. 2 years maybe, but to be honest with you, I have been incredibly busy. But here we are, I've now got a lot more time on my hands, so it's time to give this another shot. And where better to start than with a game I said I was going to make, what feels like many years ago. Down in the deepest town, there lives a man with always a frown, but he's a hero and everyone trusts him. He's a potato with lots of arrows. He takes the shot to make his mark, and nobody can stop him. He's the potato and there's nobody to stop him. He's the potato and the whole town trusts him. How-oo, how-oo, when he just turned 8, he was granted a bow, it must be fate, and he trained for hours every day. When he was 22, the town was surrounded by a coup. The king said, "Spuddy, we really need you." A swipe to the eye, 3 bites to the side, dealt by a worm named Guy. Hey, I'm Guy. How-oo, how-oo, how-oo. He's the potato and there's nobody to stop him. He's the potato and the whole town trusts him. He's the potato and there's nobody to stop him. He's the potato and the whole town trusts him. He's the potato and there's nobody to stop him. He's the potato and the whole town trusts him. For those of you that don't know, or need a refresher, as this game was thought up over 2 years ago, this game is Starchers. Well, a different iteration. Back then, hey, KP Games here, I had the idea of a crazy 3D action game where I did have some of the mechanics set up and working, but this time, for scope and my own sanity, I'm going for something a bit more simple. As an extra refresher, it's called Starchers because it's a play on words between the words starch and archery, as according to WebMD, a single medium-sized potato has about 31 grams of starch. Meet the Starcher. He's a seasoned veteran of archery, and he has been tasked to defend the town from a massive attack. There will be slugs, bugs, and whatever else I can think of when I get there. So this game is going to be a tower defense. My initial thoughts is that the Starcher will sit in the middle of the screen and enemies can come from either side, like out of the forest, the mountains, or even the sky, to try and attack the front gate of the town. And you, with your skill with the bow, can take out attackers as they come closer. Now it's early days, but let's have a quick look at what I've done so far. We started out with a little prototype building my basic mechanics for shooting, enemies, and damage. To shoot, all the player has to do is just hold down the left click button to aim, and then when they are ready, just release the button and the arrow will be shot. One thing I feel the game could use is a trajectory line to give the player some clarity on where the arrows are going. I achieved this by firing a hidden arrow when the player holds down the fire button, and having it plot some points on Godot's built-in line renderer. Godot would then connect the dots, creating a line that the player can see. I'm having some issues at the moment where it isn't stopping where it's hitting enemies or the environment, but for now, that's a problem for another day. Once those initial mechanics were set up, I got a bit sick of looking at the default Godot icon all over the place, so that's when I began to create some assets for the game, like the Starcher, the Slug, and the arrows, which, yes, are supposed to be some sharpened french fries. Maybe the Starcher is a little bit dark. The final couple things I've implemented so far are to do with in-game progression. When you kill an enemy, the Starcher will gain some experience, and obviously when he has gained enough, he will level up. When you level up, similar to games like Megabonk or Vampire Survivors, you'll be presented with a menu of upgrades. At the moment, there are two types of upgrades. A simple stat upgrade that affects things like your damage or attack speed, and the other upgrade involves adding units. Now, you didn't think the Starcher would work alone, did you? Meet the Peasant, a simple unit that deals damage to any enemy they touch. This is the only unit I've created at the moment, but currently you can click and drag it around the screen anytime to put them in the best position possible. I'm thinking this upgrade system can create lots of interesting builds between how you and the units interact. For example, some units might hold enemies in place, giving you more time and easier shots at them, or maybe even a unit like a chili that turns your arrows into a flaming arrow when you shoot through it. And there we go. We have the basics of a game, and now it's all about adding more upgrades, units, and enemies to hopefully have a complete game. I have many ideas, and I'm totally open to hearing what you guys think as I continue to work on it. Now, in terms of video creation, I don't know when the next video will be, and I don't want to make any promises either, but what I will say is I do want to run a separate series of videos alongside the Starcher videos where I work on much smaller games, or maybe even similar to this video, I do some kind of game dev challenge. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again very soon.